Once you have the view properties of a view specified, you can create a view template from that view. To do so, switch to the View tab, and then in the Graphics panel, expand the View Templates button and click Create Template from Current View. This opens the New View Template dialog where you can name the view template. I like to specify a prefix based on the type of view, so in this case a floor plan view. So I'll enter FLP dash and then the name of the view template, which in this case I'll simply call it architecture plan. And then I'll click OK. And once you create the view template, the View Templates dialog opens and you can see the view template that you just created. On the right, you can see all of the view properties for the view template. And pay attention to the right-hand column, which has an Include checkbox. When that checkbox is selected, that means the associated view property will be included in the view template. So what this allows you to do is to create a view template with maybe only a few view properties included. Or maybe there's a certain view property that you don't want to include. For example, maybe you do not want to include the view range. And if that's the case, you simply deselect view range and that view property will not be included in the view template. For all of the visibility graphic overrides parameters, you can simply click the Edit button and it'll open the visibility graphic overrides dialog for the view template, and then you can make the adjustments inside the dialog. I'll click OK to close each of the dialogs, and then let's talk about how you can use a view template after it has been created. In this case, we have the floor plan view, which we use to create the view template, but at this point there's really no connection there. I can make any adjustments to the view properties and it's not going to affect the view template. For example, I'll turn off the walls category, just something drastic. We can see a big change there. And so we've obviously made adjustments to the view properties for this view, but now we can use the view template to apply the template properties back to this view, and that's what we'll do first. And to do that, on the View tab in the Graphics panel, expand the View Templates button, and then click Apply Template Properties to Current View. This opens the Apply View Template dialog, and I'll select the view template we created and then click OK. And now this view is essentially restored to the original view properties because that's what we used to create the view template. But once again, at this point, there's still no connection or link between the view properties and the view template. Applying the template properties is a one-time application of those view properties. So once again, we can continue making changes and it doesn't affect the view template. If you want to create a link between the view template and the view properties, you need to assign the view template. And to do that, in the Properties palette, scroll down to the View Template parameter, which is under Identity Data, and then click the button next to View Template, which in this case it says None, because there is not any view template assigned to the view. And this opens the Assign View Template dialog. So it's a big difference there, something that you need to understand, the difference between applying and assigning. So this time we'll select the same view template and click OK. And once again, there's a connection between the view template and the properties of the view. And now we can see the view template appears next to the view template parameter in the Properties palette. And then another thing you need to be aware of is that as you look at all the view properties, they are now dimmed. They are not available. And if you open the Visibility Graphic Overrides dialog, you can see that none of these options are available. And that is because a view template is assigned to the view. So now there's a link between the view template and the view properties. One thing that works really well is if you are, let's say you just need to make a simple change just to see, maybe you have a linked model that is turned off in the view template and you want to turn it on, or maybe it's another category that you're coordinating with. Instead of unassigning the view template, you can enable temporary view properties. To do that, in the view control bar, click temporary view properties and then enable temporary view properties. And now you can make adjustments as needed to the view properties, such as turning on or off certain categories, maybe adjusting the scale, whatever it may be. It's just a temporary change to the view properties, and then you can go back to that same button in the view control bar and then restore view properties. So it just allows you to make a temporary change while that view template is still assigned. All right, last thing we'll look at here. When you have a view type, so in this case we just have a floor plan type, and I'm going to click Edit Type to open the Type Properties dialog. Be aware that there is a View Template Applied to New Views parameter. And in this example it's set to none, but when I click that button I can then choose a view template that will be used when a new view of that type is created. And I'll click OK. And then there's also another parameter you need to be aware of. New views are dependent on template. When this checkbox is selected, then the view template will be assigned to new views created using this type. When this checkbox is deselected, then it's simply a one-time application of those view properties, and you can make adjustments afterwards as needed.